Hey guys, hope you're having a great day today. All right, it is Monday. Yay, happy Monday to you. It is a whole new month for you guys. I'm at the end of the month actually for myself because I film a week later. So great weekend. We had a wonderful weekend this weekend. I showed you what we did Sunday. That was a great time to go. It was just a good get outside. So I woke up thinking it was gonna be warm like yesterday, and then like it was windy and blowing outside. I'm like, ooh, it is cold. I need to put on a long sleeve shirt. So I don't know what's happening. The weather was showing warm, but it is like really bad winds outside. I know we've got some branches down in the driveway. I was like, oh, thank goodness that didn't hit the pilot. It was just behind the pilot. So it's good. So I don't know what it's going to be. Show's sunny and a little bit decent today. So I'm hoping that continues and this wind just kind of does a little whirlwind thing and goes away. So, but today is Monday, which means a lot of picking up. I know my floors are disgusting and filthy. I feel dirt and that fake snow all over the floor is a mess. So we're gonna do some cleaning up, get school done, get some food made, all the great things we're gonna do on Monday. We're gonna bring you along. So you guys ready for your day? All right, I'm gonna put some earbud in and we're gonna get going. So let's go.
I need your love and not a haven, no one-man show. You got me feeling good, like I'm drowning, drowning in your love. You got me feeling good, knock on wood. You got me feeling good, like I'm trembling, trembling from your touch. You got me feeling good.
all done. Kids are getting up, waking up for the day. So we have yogurt. I bought these a couple weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. Just to have this something, I think it was when I did my monthly shopping. So we have that, and I put French toast in the air fryer. Do you remember toaster strudels, how they kind of puff up with that crispiness in the toaster? That's kind of what these do. So just put them in the air fryer, something different. They're gonna have this today for breakfast. All right, how is your day going? My day is busy. It's already noontime. Didn't record doing school, didn't record that, and I started cleaning the boys' room. I'm going through their clothes trying to find like what they need, and then I went up in the top of their closet and I found tons of shorts. Like I thought the boys had no clothes. For some reason a few months ago I went through, but I must have not grabbed the shorts down because it was still cold. Well, they have a lot of shorts, so I actually went through all their clothes, which was awesome. And their closet's over here. So on the top there, I store extra shorts, and so they actually have plenty of clothes, which is so good, plenty of shorts. So they have shorts, and then that's all they have for hang-up clothes, which I like. I usually like to have less for the boys, but I find that they just get them dirty and ruin it stains, so it's better to have a couple more. So I'm actually just gonna need t-shirts for them, which is awesome. Get a couple nice t-shirts. They have some for church and for just play. So they just need t-shirts. They need underwear, because boys need underwear. And I went through their shoes and found they want those cheapy $3 flip-flop kind, like that comes across your foot. They love those. Jensen's got tape on his right now, so I'm just gonna get a couple pairs of those to last them through the summer. And then they do have one, their bathing suit from last year still fits them, but I'm gonna get one more. Let me do the floor while I'm talking. I'm gonna get one more because we are gonna be at the pool pretty much every day. So it's good to have a couple. That way, if we're out and boys like forget, because boys usually not that good about hanging up their bathing suit, and then I'm like, where's your bathing suit? And they're like, oh, we threw it in a ball on the floor, and so it doesn't get clean, then you won't have a dry bathing suit for the next day. So that's good. So I was really happy to find all their stuff. I'm like, nice. I pulled out some pants they had up in the closet, so I'm like, awesome. I don't know why I was thinking they don't have any, so that was a positive part of my day. So now I just need to get, like I said, t-shirts. So I might have a little sticky note on my desk, and I did my room, so I wrote on my list of things to need. So now I wrote on the boys' list of things to need, and then the next will be the girls. It's gonna be a little bit more because there's a bunch of them. So let me do their floor real quick. I just vacuumed their floor. I'm gonna wipe it real quick. So that's awesome. So I was what else? And then I just realized Steven needs a hoodie as well. So that's awesome. And then this floor, like these are the peel and stick tiles. Remember I put these in here? Awesome. The floor is holding up so well. I didn't know how the boys would do because boys are very hard with their things, and like they literally bring metal pieces in here. I'm like, where did you get that metal from? Dad's shop. I'm like, oh. So their floor is actually holding up really good. I'm very happy with this floor, especially in here because they are rough and tumble boys. So boys' room done. The only other area of the house I have to clean is my bedroom, and I'm doing that in between everything else. So I might go check there now. All right, I'm getting my clothes put away here, which is awesome. Kids are finishing up their stuff. And this week I went through my leggings. Remember I had my leggings out to see which ones were good and which ones were not good. So that's good. I got that gone through. So I don't have to worry about like having ones that don't fit. So now I know all these leggings are good. So I have a little bit of laundry, which is great. Thanks to clean your closet. It's the socks though. Ugh. There we go. It's finding the matching pairs of socks. I tried to do the design ones, and then I just found a black pair, and I'm like, ooh, those are nice socks. I need those for me. But I feel like they're not mine. So I did my bathroom. My tub's pretty clean. Sorry. My tub is pretty clean. So all I did was, the toilet was yucky. So I just did the toilet because I did the boys' bathroom and got that deep cleaned. So I just did my toilet and just kind of cleaned the side really good. And just wiped the floors because the vacuum was in here. But the tub is clean because nobody's gotten a bath, which is good. All right. Hang on laundry real quick. It definitely is nicer having less in my closet. I mean, I think I like all those clothes. I never ever wear them, so. Yes. All right, closet's done. When your bed gets all tangled and you're just like every which way. Okay, got that. Oh, thank goodness. Alright, today I'm doing an epic fail on vlogging. A lot is going on. I'm not filming any of it. Just getting the boys' room done. Then we had lunch. We did school. I had to get a bunch of business stuff done today. So I'm like, it's already like 2 o'clock and I haven't even like filmed anything. So, in a few hours. But what I'm gonna do now is make dinner. Just because I want to have it done. We're making pizzas tonight. I found in my freezer up here I made these packets of pizza toppings 2 months ago, but I was like, I didn't see the pizza crust, and so I'm like, did I eat that up and not have it? So I went downstairs to check my freezer down in the garage. I don't usually go to that one. It's usually the extra stuff, like extra meats and applesauce, all that kind of stuff. And I found pizza crust. Right here, homemade pizza crust. So we're gonna do that for dinner tonight. I have some white sauce from spaghetti. We like the Alfredo, and then I actually have spaghetti sauce with meat in it. That's gonna be my pizza topping. I know, unless I can see like a container in the refrigerator, but it'll just be like meat inside your sauce. That's good. It works. Whatever you gotta do. We're gathering fragments, and then I have rice in the freezer, refrigerator, not freezer. So I'm like, what can I do with that? I pulled out a bag of fried rice stuff. So I'm gonna actually mix this up as well. Make some fried rice with some veggies and eggs, soy sauce, and sesame seed oil. So there's a pan of that, and there's pizza. That works. And then we're gathering everything up. So. And if I have time, I might do some cookies in the oven. I'm gonna see. We're gonna try to get to the park. It actually calmed down weather-wise. It was real, like just freezing this morning. Remember how cold it was? So now I got my door open here. This is my barrier here. The animals out here because it's actually it's really nice out actually. It turned out to be a peaceful, nice sunshine day. Sunshine day that Ruby's loving. And Maxine, they were both over here laying on the ground, but now they're all out. So I think I'm gonna just put dinner together right now, and then that'll be done. Because then the kids and I go to the park. We did school, we did all that. Chores are done, which is good, thank goodness. It's just kind of getting, it's just emails and texts. There's always messages, comments, things like that to do. So we're gonna go do dinner first. I'm gonna bring the camera over here because it was way too light over there. So what I've learned over the years is when I make fried rice, I usually use way less oil. And then I'm like, why does this just not taste very good? And then one time someone gave me some real, I think it's Chinese, I just threw the bottle of like oil, deep, or what do I call it? I'm gonna look. The bottle's so oily. It's stir-fry oil, so it's actually made for stir-fry, and it's got like different spices in it. It tastes really good. So, but what I've used to do is just not that much oil, and then I'm like, why does it not taste very good? Well, I'm realizing because when you go to the restaurants and you know their fajitas are delicious and everything's so good, I'm like, you know what? They just fry this stuff. That's all it is. Lots of oil on there. So, if you want like an authentic taste, then definitely fry it with a lot more oil because it coats it much better. If you want healthier, do less. My family would rather say make it taste like the restaurant because we're not eating at a restaurant, so add the oil. So I did. So this is really good. I had a lot of eggs in here. I had 9 eggs, I think. But a lot of people can eat this. So that has a lot of egg in here. So I'm just going to stir this up here, kind of cook it. If you have a bigger pan, you probably could be a lot easier. But I did. You saw that I added a little container of couscous in here. This is a gather up your fragment food. So I had a little container of couscous and mixed vegetables in my refrigerator, so I put that in there. Hold on, I smell pizza. It's burning. And so I added that in there because we're gathering up, and then I added the rice that I had in there. So this will be really good because I'll eat this. Jaden will eat this. Laura will probably eat this too. I'm just not big fans of the pizza, so this is delicious though. How great. And I added sesame seed oil, and I bought this one, the Imperial Dragon. Someone told me to try this one. It's a little bit more expensive than the other one, but you use way less, so, which is true. So we like that one. And then just good old great value sesame or soy sauce. Soy sauce with less sodium. So this is good. I'm just gonna keep mixing it here, and then that's done. Dinner will be done. The pizza's in the oven, just baking, and then it'll be finished. And I can keep it warm. And then I'll probably go to the park is what we'll do because it's beautiful out. Kids are busy. They're busy. It seems like they're really have way extra energy and extra loud, and I don't even know what it is. I mean, they can be that way sometimes, but just like this today, it's like, oh my goodness, didn't you realize you are so loud? So get them outside a little bit. Just get Brooklyn and Evan went to the shop to help Greg a little bit. Those are my fine detail children. Some do. He has to paint some tiny little detail things. And that's just not my gifting whatsoever at all. And so Brooklyn does really good with that, and so does Evan. They can take the time and do that kind of thing. Just not that way. Jaden is more good for, she likes the, like Brooklyn, Evan, and Colin were like that, like the fine detail thing. Greg likes more of the hands-on kind of sanding. Jaden likes that one too. Jensen is awesome. He, where their shop is at, there is a, basically a junkyard, I guess is the word, where they throw trash out, but it's like recyclable stuff, I guess. But he found an old grill, like a Weber grill back there. Oh, Jensen was in heaven. He's like, do you think I could have that? Do you think he had Greg asked the owner if he could get it. He's like, yeah, he can have it. It had a broken wheel, leg or something. So the guy was so sweet. He brought over a new piece of, I don't even know, whatever a grill is that has a little hole in the side. So whatever it is, aluminum, steel, whatever it is, he brought him over a new piece so he can weld it in, because Greg has a welder over there. So Jensen is refinishing her first project, so she is so excited to work on his grill. So I'm like, okay, so he's gonna redo that, and then I have hot dogs. I've been saving hot dogs. So when you get your first grill, you can cook with some hot dogs on your little grill there. So he's super excited. But they've got all the high temperature paint, they got all that stuff there. So he's been sanding away, making his little grill all look good. This got kind of gooey because I cooked way too many eggs in there. That's okay. That's what happens when you add a lot of eggs. I'm sure it'll be delicious. Let me get a fork. You love when you do failed dinners, right? They'll taste good. Alright. It tastes delicious. Like, it tastes so good. Let me show you a little bit right here. So, can I show you it close? So, let's see what focus on it. There you go. So it tastes good. It's just a little more gooey because add too much eggs, Amy, but that's okay. It tastes good. That's all that matters. So, all right, so it's just the pizza and the oven cookie, and that's a dinner, which is awesome. I think I'm gonna do a cup of coffee. That little butterscotch latte that we got from the discount store is so good. I normally get like, I used to get the cold brew like caramel one, and it was okay, but it just tasted so milky, and I did not like it. These are so good. So I'll probably make a cup of that. What else? Just waiting on pizza. Waiting on pizza. That's the day today. And then want to get outside because it's sunshine and really, really nice out. Freezing cold to sunshine. How the day goes and rolls on out. So, is your day going good? I hope your day's going good. Hopefully you can figure out something for dinner. Look in that freezer, look in that refrigerator. Look in your refrigerator first and go, all right, what do I have for leftovers? What do I have to use up, if anything? Look and see like if you got some chicken. Like I know we have chicken in there. I was actually pulled out stuff to make. I've actually pulled everything out to make chicken like gyros. So I was gonna put chicken with tzatziki dressing and some toppings. We were gonna do that, but I realized we have all this stuff. So we had that. I had the rice. We did the fried rice. We did pizza because we had the pizza sauce. And then, but see if you guys have some beef in there, chop it up, make some like beef tips and noodles, make some, what else could you make beef tips? Like a stew, soups, stews, any of that stuff you can do with all your leftovers. Just look and see what you can use up first. That's always my goals. What do I have to use up? And I know we have to have salad, so I'll have a salad tonight as well with it. The veg salad I think will be what we have tonight. So, but everything else is good. That's what you do. You gather those fragments, you look and see, because freezer stuff can stay in the freezer forever. It doesn't really matter. Cupboard stuff can sit in the cupboard forever. It's just the refrigerator stuff that has to go bad. So my goal is to start emptying those. And I know we have a lot of meals still. Like I still have a lot of meals, which is awesome. A lot of tin foil meals, probably 10 or 12 of those. So I'll probably pull those out over the next couple days this week and use some of those up and bake them. But I like to alternate. So tonight's pizza. Tomorrow will probably be probably something chicken, because there's a whole container of chicken in there, and then we'll see. Probably by Wednesday when I film again, I'll pull something else out of the refrigerator, but always leftovers, tons of leftovers to use up. So it's good. That's the day. That's the day. So, all right, I'm gonna go shut this off and go check my pizza.
You got ice like summer sky. If you're smart, could kill or die. And now it starts to rain, so let's enjoy it. I can't believe that this is real, and the way you make me feel, you make me wanna sing, and so I do. So if you want, I'll be right there. Anything you want for you, my sweet.
Pizza came out. It's looking good. I stick my finger to see if it was cooked. These are cooking away in here. Steven's got Legos on the floor. Maxine's over there. It sure is a beautiful day outside. I was like, it's been a different kind of day. Like we've gotten a whole lot done on a Monday, which is typical of a Monday. And then like, I feel like I got a lot of extra done that I didn't do any filming, and then I looked at the clock, I'm like, oh my goodness, I haven't even filmed part of my day. So then I was just sitting there and I had to get some phone calling done, some bill paying done, and then I just looked and I was like, I'm gonna pull this footage up here and see what I have, and I did, and I'm like, okay, it'll just be a shorter video today. So I was like, could I say something? Could I do something to extend the video? And so I thought maybe I could add to it how to create a peaceful home. Is that good to talk about? That's good to talk about. If you don't watch this part, then your video can be done. Because we're just gonna go in and have pizza and the fried rice tonight for dinner. All right, because creating a peaceful home, guess what? A peaceful home starts with, guess who? You, the mom. It does. Unfortunately, it does. How we decide, how we structure it, what we set up, how we run our homes, all kind of rests on you, the mom of the home. Usually, that's usually how that goes. If our homes are full of clutter and we have to always search for things, or if there's mess and there's like, we can't ever find anything, husband's looking for something, there's always stress. We want to avoid that if possible. And then you're going to grow tired of just staring at all the stuff accumulating in your home, right? I know that I do. When I start looking, I'm like, ugh, I need to do something with that. Thus the Homemaking with Amy series. And when you have a lot of stuff, especially like in your garage, you just accumulate and you pack things up and you shove them in the garage, and your husband, he'll go to look for tools maybe, and he's gonna have to start looking through things to try to find things for projects and not be able to find them. You're gonna walk into your kids' room and it just looks like a tornado goes off in there. All these things. You're just gonna grow tired of wading through and trying to find everything you need, right? And it's gonna grow weary. We don't want that to happen. So even like if your house is small, it can be organized and clutter-free. I know we've lived in numerous different size houses. This house that we live in right now is the biggest house we've ever lived at. And I can just tell you it's bigger and we have more stuff. That's it. I remember when we got it, I was like, I barely have place to put things. Now I'm like, okay, now we're busting at the seams again. So, but when we had different size homes, all we did was, all right, this, like, I remember we had like a manufactured home, and I was like, we had no storage, we had no attic, we had no basement. I just had the closets, and there were bigger closets, but when you have, what do we have? We had down to Brooklyn at that time. I was like, you didn't have a lot of place to store anything, so we just didn't keep a lot of stuff. So we just went through and got rid of the rest, and I was like, that's okay. You know, I had to decide what was most important to me and what was really important to keep, and just get rid of the rest. You know, at times, I know even now I'll go through my hope chest, and I'm like, kids like, you didn't keep a whole lot. I'm like, nope, I couldn't. That was just the time in our life I couldn't, because you know what? It would just be something we would accumulate and have to take from house to house to house to house. And then when we had a huge move down here to North Carolina, I had to fit everything in one truck because I didn't have anybody I could just ship it to, and I didn't have anybody to hold on to it for me. So I had to fit everything perfectly into a moving truck the size that we got, and I had to, like, you know, I remember actually measuring it out and going, okay, it's all going to fit exactly in this room, we'll be able to make this. And that's what we had to do. So I had to get rid of a lot then too, but that's okay, because guess what, you always accumulate over time. That just happens, you know. And sometimes it happens like if you don't have a lot of things in your child, you do want to accumulate things, and I know that's the case. I've seen with a lot of people that they didn't have a lot of stuff, so all they do is keep accumulating more and more because they want their kids to have everything, and they want to have things. They never had a whole lot of things, but guess what, it's just more stress keeping all that stuff up all the time, right? And then if you have so much stuff and you want your kids to have everything, when you tell them to go clean the room, guess what, they just look at it like, I know if I send my kids to their room, it's not that they're lazy and don't want to clean, it's just there's so much stuff. It's like, where do you even start? What do you even do? They just throw it in boxes just because there's not a whole lot of, you know, organization to putting things away. So it works so much better when they have less. And then if people come and stop in, did you ever get people that just stop in and then you're like, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, my hair looks so messy, I apologize, I'm so sorry. And then you get stressed out because you can't even enjoy having somebody in your house, right? We don't have to deal with any of those issues. Having lesser things gives us the ability to enjoy more time with people because you don't have to worry about cleaning so much. That's a huge thing. Now, sometimes I know this will fall into the trap of, I know that I did this a lot. Like, I would be home working through the week, you know, just being a homemaker at home, and Greg was working. And so when he came home, you know, it's like he wanted to go out and do things, and all I had to do was look around the house and go, oh my goodness, there's so much I need to pick up still, and I didn't want to go out, so I wanted to stay home and clean instead of spending time with the family. So those are things I had to learn to let go. I had to go, you know what, I need to get my work done before he comes home, if possible. If you've got little babies and life is crazy, I get that. Don't stress yourself out feeling you have to be superwoman. If you just had a baby and you got a lot going on, just give yourself a little bit of grace there. But most of the time you should be able to get your work done before your husband comes home, unless there's other issues. I know that I'm working now, and it takes a lot more time out of my day, and I can't always get everything done before Greg is home at night, and he understands that. So if you can do that though, and then focus when he is home, then you're free to do whatever you want him to do. Or if he didn't want to do anything but relax, well then guess what, you can go do something for the kids or relax yourself, which is always good. And if you create those schedules that we talked about doing, the Homemaking with Amy series, we do that. You don't have to worry about if you're standing there looking at your floor going, it's so bad and the carpet needs to be vacuumed so bad, but then you'll go, you know what, I know that on Monday I'm going to vacuum, so it's okay. It can sit for a few days. Those are always good ways to set that up, so then you don't have to go, okay, I got to make a list to make sure I do that. If you already have it set up in your cleaning schedule, you won't have to worry about having to set up because it'll be already allotted time in the future to get that done. And then remember, sometimes when we go through life, no matter what's going on, like right now especially, it's extra high stress times. I get that, especially if you're home with little kids, you've never been home with little kids before, and maybe you're done with a husband being at home. I get that. All those things are all new to us right now. But if you can remember to smile during those moments, that's huge, huge, huge. You know, we have to remember, we want our families to remember us smiling. We want our families to remember us, mom being happy, mom being joyful, not stressed all the time, right? We want them to remember that smile that you had, and they just look and say, mom just, you know, she's just happy. She's had a smile and joy. I'm sure it was crazy for her, but she's had a happy smile for her. When you got little kids, bend down and get down on the floor with them. That was huge for little kids. Whenever I see little kids, especially little kids, I always make sure I bend down and get on their level with them. Get on their level eye to eye so that they can see, instead of having to look up at you all the time, right? Get down at them and talk to them and ask them questions about them, like, ooh, you know, that's a neat little thing, or whatever. Just simple kid talk questions so that they know that they are valued. Make sure that when your kids are talking to you, look them in the eyes. I always like to do that a lot. I go over that a lot with my kids. I'm like, when you're talking to me, look me in my eyes, because I want to know that you're paying attention to me. So a lot of times I'll be like, look me in the eye. All right, now repeat what I just said. And then they'll look away and I say, no, repeat what I just said, so I know that they understand. So also when they're just carrying on a conversation, make sure you look them in the eye. Do that for everybody, your spouse, people at church, people at work, because then they know that you are actually talking to them, right? Those are all good things to do. And make sure that you give your kids kisses and hugs throughout the day. Sometimes I'll be so busy during the day, my kids are sitting there, and once in a while I'll stop over and I'll go, hey, guess what? I love you. And go up and give them a hug and give them a kiss. And that's easy to forget because we get busy with life, but try to remember that. I know I just went by and Maddie was sitting up there and Steven, and I went by and gave him a kiss and I said, hey, I love you, and gave him a hug and kiss, just to let them know. And they're like, oh, okay, I love you too. Those are just good little things to do. Even if you don't feel like it, take the time to do that. And especially, it's so important to do, especially when you don't feel like doing it, because you know that you're a little bit stressed level, a little bit higher, and they can feel that stress. And you don't want them to feel that. You just want them to feel that love. So make sure you give them a hug and kiss today. And make sure that you watch your tone of voice. Oh, so easy to make your tone of voice go loud. Oh yeah, I used to be a yeller. People will say, oh, you look like you're so patient. I was a yeller. I was so a yeller. Ask my older kids, I was a yeller. Especially my time of the month, I would yell. And I'm like, why am I yelling? Why am I yelling? So, I've had to learn over the years, yelling gets you nowhere. It gets you nowhere. Like, I might have a moment if it's very important. I try not to, and I usually come apologize and say, hey, I shouldn't have blown up it like that. But for the most part, when you have control of yourself, it portrays a whole lot to your kids, and they're going to learn so much more. It doesn't mean they're stepping all over you, walking all over you, but they just know that mom's in control, she's talking, and when you're serious and you talk to them about things, they'll know to listen. All right, so if you get to that point of the freak out mom moment, been there. Just be able to stop for a minute and evaluate what's going on. Is it because this went on? Usually when I have a freak out moment, multiple things happen to make me freak out, right? And it's because this, and this. So you need to go, okay, right away. Did a child you asked to do something, did they not do what they were supposed to do? Deal with that right away. Is your whole household being super loud? Get the household super quiet. Did somebody do something that wasn't kind to somebody else? Deal with that situation right there. It's not going to do you any good. There's ants everywhere. It's those ants, they want their home. Go to your home. When you have all that going on, it's so important to make sure that you go, okay, and deal with it. It takes a little bit more time, but guess what? It's so much more worth it than you just freaking out and screaming when the situation goes bad. Deal with it immediately. And then I realized that when my kids were doing things multiple times over and over, like most of it was the first time listening. When you say something, they just totally ignore you. Yeah, that happens. And it happens. It still happens. So then know, okay, I need to work on this. And then you know what? Work on it. Work on one thing. You got multiple things going on in your home. Choose one that really stresses you out. Like, to me, it's the first time listening thing drives me crazy. So I know I need to work on that. So then I know, all right, I'm just going to have to do it. I'm going to have to make that the priority in my life. So that's what I would do that next day. I would get up and be like, okay, now kids, you guys know when I say to do something, I expect that you do it that first time and not have to tell you again. All right, Mom, we get that. So then throughout the day, when you ask them to do things, make sure that they're listening that first time. If they don't, stop, say, hey, we already talked about this, and we knew that this, this consequence is going to happen if you do not listen the first time. So, did you disobey? Yes, I did. Okay, well then this is your consequence. I'm sorry. That's how it goes. And continue with it. It's so much harder to train a child like that, but in the long run, it's so much better. Does that make sense? Like, if you don't deal with it, you just deal with it a little bit, just kind of let them do whatever, you're going to be dealing with it forever and ever. But if you take that time and invest it those first few times, it's going to help that character and that child grow, and you're not going to have to deal with it all their whole life, which is good. Otherwise, you're going to constantly be angry and because they didn't listen. And it's more you not doing your job and them being able to do whatever they want to do. So make sure you do that. And pay attention to what makes you yell or what makes... Here goes my animals. Let me tell you what makes me stressed. My dogs. Hold on, they're all coming. They don't make me stressed. It's a kitty. Run, Mr. Fluffy. No, it's actually Mr. Grumpy. So you have to pay attention to what makes you yell and what makes you stress. I know. Find out what makes you stressed out. And if you want, watch this. Watch this, ladies. You want to find out really good what makes you stressed? Talk to your husbands. I know. If you can do this will help hugely. Say, hey, where do you see that I get stressed out the most? Or where do you see that I fail the most? Oh, what? That's a great tip in learning to get better on that area. Moms, talk to your husband, have him find out. Then maybe you can say, hey, is there anything that you want me to do differently in this home? And maybe it'll be something as simple as, yeah, you know what? I don't like it that you leave your shoes here on the floor. And you'd be like, oh, really? It's little things like that. It's the little things that add up that make a huge thing in a marriage. So if you can find out, hey, yeah, you just want me to pick my shoes up? Sweet. Maybe, I think I read a blog at one time, and a wife was talking about her husband didn't like her hair on the floor. Like, after she combed her hair and left it on the bathroom floor, he didn't like to see that on the floor. And so it was something simple like that, but she finally talked to him, and he was like, yeah, that just really drives me crazy. Hello, it's just something simple you wouldn't even think of. I know it doesn't bother my husband, but her husband, it did bother her. So little things, find out what it is you can change and then change it. If you're yelling because your kids can't keep their clothes picked up, find out, is there an easy way to put their clothes away? You got to figure all these things out, Mom, and help them so that things can be better. And then one way to conquer yelling, your yelling voice, is to whisper. Whoo, yes. When you're tempted to raise your voice, take a breath and actually lower it. Lower it really low. Your children will have to like strain to hear you, and they'll kind of look at you weird the first few times, but guess what? It actually does work. So I know when I start getting like a freak out moment, I'll purposely lower my voice. Okay, they have to tune in and listen to me. And then I know that I can regain control of myself, and it just makes everything go so much better. So unfortunately, yes, moms, it does begin with us to change that whole atmosphere in the home. An area that you need to go through periodically and check and evaluate and see, because I know life changes and things change for us too, and I have to go, okay, I need to change that about myself, or I need to fix this because it's stressing me out. Like getting my kids out of bed in the morning. You guys know that stresses me out completely. So I've had to, okay, guess what? And then guess what happened? I let it falter, and I'm like, okay, I'd rather work than get them up. And I did, and then guess what? I'm dealing with kids at nighttime. So I know that I have to get them out of bed at a certain time every single day. If not, it's going to fall apart. So I need to keep on that. Same thing with exercise. Same thing with eating healthy. All those things. Otherwise, I'm just going to be frustrated with myself, right? So with everything in life, our home should be a place of peace and rest, and like a haven to want to come home to be like enjoy, and that you can set that up, and it starts with you, mamas, making that peaceful haven in your home. And it's a place that we can encourage a friend without being embarrassed by what's sitting around or that pile of dirty laundry over there. And it begins with us, mamas, the keepers of the home. Okay, so those are good little things to do. Those are just some little tips that you can do to help create that peacefulness in your home. But it's just little things. It's finding what the stressor is and fixing it. And being home right now with everybody is a great time to do that, because you're home all the time. Find out why you're yelling, mamas. Evaluate. Find out. Ask your kids. Oh, they'll be very honest. Sometimes I'm like, what? I think someone said something the other day, like, Mommy, when you get all mad. And I'm like, Mommy doesn't get mad. And they're like, oh yeah, no, Mommy, when you get mad and you yell. And I'm like, what? And so I had to humble myself and find out what that meant. And so it made me go, okay, I need to watch what I'm doing. I need to be careful with my words. I need to be careful with what I'm doing. Kids are brutally honest, and they will call you out on anything. So you really want to fix your home? Ask your kids. Ask your husband, and be humble enough to receive it. Don't go, oh, I don't do that. Don't do that. Just go, oh, you think I do that? They'll be honest with you. Trust me, they will. But that's a good way to help fix things in your home and to bring that peacefulness to your home. You can do it, and you can have a peaceful place, a place that everybody enjoys being at. So, all right, so I'm going to close this video because it's dinner time right now. What we're going to do is we're going to eat, and then we are going to go head out to the park and go exercise. I'm not going to take you because I take you guys all the time. You see our park. I'm trying to come up with angles at the park because there's only one park we go to. And you've seen a lot the last little while, so we'll give you a break from the park tonight. So we're gonna do the pizza, and we'll have some salad, and that'll be a good little dinner for our family. So I'm gonna go. Tomorrow is gonna be a Less Stuff More Life, and then Wednesday we're gonna have another day in the life. Hopefully we'll get out and go swimming this week because it's gonna be warmer. It's definitely beautiful out right now. I cannot wait to go to the park here and exercise and enjoy some of the sunshine. So I thank you guys for always watching, and we're gonna see you guys again tomorrow for Less Stuff More Life. All right, have a fantastic rest of your day. We'll see ya. Bye.